go. Find some maples.
So Jack and I were talking this morning, and we came to the realization that we haven't done any videos for kids. And we know that there's a lot of you out there that you enjoy watching the channel and see things that Jack does and that we do together. So with Christmas coming, the time for giving gifts to loved ones, it's a good way of showing them that we care for them. We would like to do a video to give you some ideas of some things that you can do without spending a lot of money for your parents or family or brothers or sisters or loved ones. And what we're going to show you how to do is to do some really great wood carving projects today. This is something that anyone can do. You can go out to a local park or a local forest and we'll show you what type of wood to choose. We're going to go over what your first pocket knife should be and what the best pocket knives are for wood carving, and we'll just give you a few ideas. And remember that gifts don't always have to be bought from the store. The best ones come from the heart. The best ones are homemade.
Yep, not factory made.
Not factory made. So the winter time is one of the best times to gather sticks for carving because the leaves are gone and you can really see the shapes of the branches. My favorite is cherry trees, wild cherries, or vine maples or maples of any sort. So look for things like this that have character and different branches that we can be creative with.
Got some nice wild cherry, and now we're gonna see if we can find some maples.
So Jack and I have a selection of sticks. We chose some maple, and we've got some wild cherry here. Either one is really good for carving. And there's lots of different things you can do. Here's a little one that we just did. We just did a little axe and just used a little spray paint there and carved that and put it in there. So a little splitting maul in a log. That would be a nice gift for someone. I think that they would really appreciate that. I know I would. So let's talk about knives first. So when Jack was little, you were probably what, about 5 or so?
Yeah, I got my first knife.
4 or 5, we made a decision to get Jack his first pocket knife, and that's a big point in a boy or girl's life. And we chose this Victorinox Tinker. And I think that this is a great knife for so many reasons. It's inexpensive, so you can buy these for around $15 or so. And it doesn't take very long to save your allowance to get one. And if you don't get an allowance, maybe you can make a deal with your parents and do some work around the house in exchange for a nice knife like this. One thing that I know Jack has enjoyed about it is it's got a couple tools on it. So you can do some household repairs. It's got a screwdriver, and it's got a flat blade screwdriver. It's got a toothpick.
And it's got tweezer.
Tweezers, which are probably nice for pulling out slivers. Mm-hmm. And the thing I like the best is the small blade. And the small blade is good for carving. So whether you have little hands or big hands, this little blade should be used for about 90% of your carving. And then if you just need to do some heavier work, then of course there's a nice big blade on here as well.
So it's a very useful tool. There are can openers and all sorts of things.
Now there are also specialty knives. Why don't you show them your favorite, Jack?
So I like that.
Hold it right up here. I can see there. This has got a nice shape. Why do you like this one best?
It's small. It's got a nice handle. It's good for carving. The company makes good knives.
Yeah, what I like about this one is it's got a great handle, and I like that small, strong blade where you can really get up close and do detailed work with it. It's really good for that. There's also the traditional Mura style, like they carve the Dalahest with, which is also nice because it's good for getting into tight areas, but it takes a lot more control. It takes a lot more strength because the blade is so long. I think for small hands, I think this is why you've liked this one so well. This little flex cut knife is really nice, and these are really inexpensive. I think you can probably find those for around $10 or $15.
And another good Mora knife is this one. It's good for coming in and carving out little spots for digging.
A crook knife. If you want to make spoons, or as we're going to do here in a little bit, Jack's going to work on a little canoe, it's good for doing that inside radius. This is a little bit hard for kids to master because it does take a lot of hand strength, but this is something that you don't have to have. It's just kind of nice. You can do without it, but if you wanted to expand on your hobby, that might be a good option too. So I think for most of you that this little knife, this little Victorinox Tinker, would be a great place to start.
So this is my little piece of wood that I'm going to make my canoe out of. Step 1. The first thing you want to do is peel off all the bark from the piece of wood or twig.
So I'm going to use this piece of vine maple for my axe. It's got a nice curve in the handle, and I'll try to, or curve it, natural curve, and I'll try to incorporate that into the handle.
Got the side profile done, now we have to do the top. Next thing we're going to do is to draw the outline so we can carve in the middle. To make the bottom flat on the canoe, it would be nearly impossible with a knife. So we're going to use various things. Sharpening stone, an old
screwdriver.
Mm-hmm.
So we've just taken a little screwdriver here and put a nice chisel edge on it and finished it with 1000 grit. And we can see here we have a nice little, very sharp
cutter. Like a mini chisel.
Just like a mini chisel.
This part's a little tricky, so you may want your father to do it. And what exactly are you doing, Papa?
Well, we've traced the line on the inside of the canoe, and we'll score the line with a knife, and then we'll use the chisel to chisel it out. And the reason being that this is tricky because if the knife slips off, you'll put it in your hand. So you might, if you're not real experienced, you might have your papa do this.
Or your father.
Or your mom.
And our children cry, and they will hear me roar. So give me hope in the darkness that I will see the light. 'Cause oh, they gave me such a fright. But I will hold as long as you like. Just promise me we'll be alright.